The 4 o'clock show, a lot going on here in Providence, folks taking up the Fain Tower proposal at City Hall. But I'd like to welcome my next guest with some big national news, Jamilee Lacy with the Providence College Gallery's Director and Curator. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Big news this week out of Providence College, getting a very prestigious Andy Warhol Foundation grant, $65,000 for an exhibit that is anticipated to open in 2019 beyond Bauhaus. Talk with us about what it means to get this grant, approaching it, and then putting it in the broader context of what students and the public are going to see as a result.
Sure. The Andy Warhol Foundation has a long reputation of supporting some of the most cutting-edge, newest research for exhibitions and public events related to the visual arts. So writing a grant like this is a long process. It takes about a year.
Wow.
We think really carefully about who are the artists that we want to work with, how are we going to take on a topic with a new perspective, and how are we going to think about Andy Warhol's legacy as it relates to making sure that artists are well paid, that artists are able to produce new work, and that artists are able to build scholarship and culture around their work. So that's how we are really approaching this grant.
And so did you have that vision? Did you approach them with the Beyond Bauhaus exhibit and saying this is what we envision if we're able to get the support?
Yes. In fact, the Beyond Bauhaus exhibit focuses on the 100th anniversary of the Bauhaus School, which is a cutting-edge art school in Germany. Started in 1919, and we're looking at artists who really think carefully about the ways that the Bauhaus legacy has lasted. As the viewers may or may not know, Walter Gropius came to New England from the Bauhaus, so we have a really strong link with the Bauhaus. And Providence College specializes in interdisciplinary education. We do that in the galleries as well, so it was sort of a perfect match for us.
So one of only 5 institutions in the New England area to get this, so it's a huge kudos to you and the galleries moving forward. So now that you do have this with eyes onto 2019, what are the next steps?
The next steps are visiting artists around the world. I'm very lucky I get to go to Tel Aviv, to Berlin. I will be in and out of studios here in Providence, in Boston, in New York, and basically thinking about what are the big avant-garde projects we can do with artists, and how can those artists come to Providence College's campus, come to the galleries, and really give our students, our faculty, and the entire city a chance to participate in the process of exhibition making.
Well, I was going to say that's my next question with being at Providence College. I mean, how big is this for the students to have this opportunity as well?
It's pretty exciting for all of us. For the students, they are going to get to work with artists who have shown in museums and galleries all over the world and already made quite a name for themselves. So it will dramatically expand students' networks, but also it will give these artists a chance to think without too many boundaries. We really encourage artists to think less about product and more about process.
Okay.
How did you get to this big grand idea or this simple gesture on the other end of the spectrum? And our students get to see that up front, close. And then also, you know, that was what the Bauhaus was all about, letting artists, trusting artists to be who they want to be and to do anything that they could dream up.
So let's talk about your journey to Providence College and what it's meant to you to be the director and curator there. What's the Providence College Gallery's experience?
The Providence College Gallery's experience it's very similar to a museum experience. You're coming into an exhibition space, bright white walls, but the difference is that because we're on a campus that focuses on interdisciplinary arts, sciences, business, everything is sort of colliding together in interesting ways. So we make sure that the gallery experience is that way. You might come in and see an artist running a science experiment that has a close relationship to the way you might look at painting. For the Beyond Bauhaus exhibition, we'll have a really fabulous artist from Boston named Katerina Burin, who builds architectural environments in the space. So you might even experience what a 1920s German classroom was like inside the gallery space.
And so to the general public, if they visit Providence College galleries, I mean, do they sort of take that all in, that sort of interdisciplinary, holistic approach that PC brings to it? What's it like for the public to walk in?
I think for the public to walk in, it's one of those experiences where you can just have an incredible art experience. You're going to see something either really beautiful or really meaningful. You're going to learn something with accessible texts. But if you want to dive deeper, you can do that through interactive exhibits. We have a pretty special website where we do sort of these layers of research that the public can participate in, much like our students do. So there's many different levels that you can access the programming.
Well, I certainly hope if Providence College officials are watching this, because you got the grant, that maybe a raise might be in order. You know, how much is this going to take up pretty much your time now moving forward?
It will take up a lot of my time. However, we present 7 exhibitions a year, and so we have a whole year of programs before we get to the Beyond Bauhaus exhibition. So we hope that people will come in and see what contemporary artists are thinking about ancient Greece, or how contemporary artists are approaching this particularly interesting political moment, so on and so forth.
So more exhibitions, but this one, again, getting that grant from the Andy Warhol Foundation, will you have officials, will you have an official reception for them when the exhibition kicks off?
Yes, for each exhibition, and we have one exhibition that will be really, really special because it is an online exhibition with virtual reality environments that people all over the world will be able to have a look at, and then we'll have an IRL opening, an in real life opening reception that we hope everyone in Providence will join us at.
So the virtual one is for the Bauhaus, so
Yeah.
again, around the world, people can take part.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, again, looking forward to seeing this, but the big news, again, the Andy Warhol Foundation, $65,000
$65,000.
to help make this a Bauhaus, Beyond Bauhaus exhibition taking place in spring of 19. Jamilee Lacy, I appreciate your taking the time to come in here to talk about this.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with our next guest here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center.